Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Black Hills Technology. In this video series, we are going to learn about the programming language Java. As you all know, must be knowing that Java is one of the most widely used and the most popular programming language in today's world. More than 3 billion devices today run on Java in different ways like applications, games, websites, operating systems, different programs. They all use Java in different forms. So let's start with the introduction part of Java. The introduction part of Java we are going to start now. So Java was developed by James Gosling and his friends, a computer scientist named James Gosling and his team of friends. They developed Java for the Sun Micro system. The company for which they developed was Sun Micro Systems. In 1991, in the year 1991, the first release of Java was there. In the year 1991. First, when Java was released, it was named as O. Many of you must have heard about the oak tree. So the concept was taken from there. It was named as Oak in 1991. But as Oak company was already registered, so because of the copyright issues and legal issues, the James Gosling and his team changed the name from Oak to Java in 1995. In the year 1995, its name was changed to Java. Currently, Java is owned by Oracle. Previously, it was known as Sun Microsystems. Now, currently, it is known as Oracle. Coming to the features of Java, we will discuss some of the important features of Java. Like first one is simple. Java is simple language. Easier to understand, easier to write, easier to code. It is a simple, just like a English language is there. It is simple. This we can easily understand what is written. Second is OOPS concept. OOPS concept is known as the object-oriented programming. It revolves around the real-world entity. It consists of a real-world entity like class and object. These are the two main part of object-oriented programming. Like a big entity is known as class and its subparts is known as object. For example, let's say vehicle. It is a class. Okay, and in class there are two-wheelers, four-wheelers, three-wheelers. These are the object of vehicle class. Okay, your class is there. A group of students are there. It is known as class. Then each student, its object. Okay. Next is we will discuss object-oriented programming later in the videos. When we will proceed further, we will discuss it in more detail. Next is robust. In robust, we have two parts: memory management and error handling. Memory management means to manage the memory, to remove the part, remove the things which are of not in use, which are no longer in use, to remove them, to eliminate them. Like let's take the example in a real world scenario. In your house, the waste material, you throw it into the dustbin or a garbage collector. Same way, the things which are not in use, more in use in Java, they are eliminated in the garbage collection or garbage collector. Error handling. As a human nature, one is prone to do some or the small error or big error. So in Java, the robustness feature gives you the ability to handle the error, or in it is known as exception, very easily. Next is multi-threading. Multi-threading means a large part is divided into small parts. We divide a bigger problem into small different problems, short problems, and we execute them together. We run them together. That is known as multi-threading, means running different programs at a same time. Next is distributed. As I said earlier, that Java is distributed to different devices, be it laptop, desktop, mobile, tablet. It is spread to all over the world. It is distributed in all over the world in different devices. One more and the most important feature of Java is platform independent. Platform independent. Platform independent is the program, the bytecode. When we compile the program of Java, we get a file that is known as bytecode. This bytecode is platform This bytecode is platform independent. The most important feature of Java means you have to compile the Java code only once, and then the bytecode that is generated, you can run it on any of the systems. Let's say for example, you compile your program in Windows operating system and you get a bytecode. Now this bytecode you can copy and paste it in your Linux operating system, Mac operating system, and run it. It will easily run. You don't need to compile the code again and generate a different bytecode. So this Java bytecode is platform independent. Previous language like C, C++, they don't have this feature. Means you have to again compile the program for different platform. But in this, you don't have to compile it again and again. The platform independent feature gives a concept in Java that is known as VORA. The concept is VORA, which means write once, run anywhere. Write once, run anywhere. This feature comes from your platform. This concept comes from your feature platform independent. Means you have to just write the program once, you get the bytecode, and then you can run it to any of the platform, different platform. You don't need to compile again and again. Okay, thank you.